Hey, boss.
Hey, bro.
It's just being the Joneses.
Just being the Jones.
It's just being the Joneses.
Hey.
Welcome back to another episode of Just Being the Jones.
Welcome back.
So, we're gonna start this episode off with our Would You Rather segment.
Would you rather?
So, yeah. You want to go first this thing at time? I think I went first.
You went first last time?
Session. I don't know, but
I'll go first. It don't matter.
Okay, last episode correction.
Right. Okay, so for my would you rather, for you, my darling wife, would
I'm your darling wife. Oh,
rather?
Sweet. Okay.
All right. For 1 year, would you rather live in your dream house with rats, or live in a shack with no pests and drive your dream car?
I'm gonna have to take that shack with no, because I could really.
Now keep in mind, the rats aren't bothering you, but
I
they do
don't
live there.
care. I don't want to live with no rats,
And
whether they bother me or not.
And they don't be in the kitchen and all on the countertops. It's not like that type of
no. I don't want to live with rats. No,
they're just there though.
No,
like any given time, a rat can be there, but they're not bothering you.
No, I'm not living with rats. No. However, I will decorate my shack and make it a home because I'm not living with rats. No. Shoot.
You sure?
I'm sure.
Think about
I don't
your dream house.
I don't care.
Movie theater in the house.
I don't care. I don't have to have a movie theater in my house.
Prayer room in there.
First of all, whoever said that a part of my dream home was with a movie theater? That's nice. I mean, that's nice though.
That's annoying.
But I never really. I don't gotta have it. So, I could make a prayer room, a closet, or something in my shack.
The shack probably ain't got no closet. It's too small.
No, a shack don't have to be small.
It's a small shack. No.
Now you just made that up.
No, I didn't. A shack.
Did you put a small shack?
It's a shack. I shouldn't have to say a small shack. It's not a single parent.
It's that small. It don't have a closet though. Come on now. I don't know. I just rather live in a shack.
You got one little closet.
It's okay. I'd rather live. I could pray in my bed, anywhere. It don't matter. In my nice car that I'm driving, and whatever. But I'm not living with rats. That's just not gonna. No. You'll live with the rat?
I don't know. Hey, because what if the rats stay on one side of the house and I'm on the other side of the house?
Nah,
I can do that.
Well, you probably can, but it's me just knowing that they're there.
And
that's gonna creep me out.
Yeah, they there.
No,
they're like your tenants that you have to leave. That your roommate that you have to put up with, or they put up with you. Because I mean, y'all living together for 1 year.
No thanks. I'll pass.
Yeah, so what if they're on one side of the house?
No, I just said I'm not living with the freaking rats, okay? You're doing it, all right?
What if they're just in one room?
I just said I'm not living with the rats. What part of that do you not understand? April Y. Jones, will not live in the rat-infested house, whether they're in another room, on the other side of the house, whatever. No, not doing
it. You ain't doing it.
No.
All right. Fair's fair.
But, so, now for your would you rather question. Would you rather be married to a woman with excessive facial hair, or be married to a woman who loudly farts with a pollution smelling farts every 10 minutes?
Good God Almighty! What in the world is this? Whew. You know I can't stand excessive hair like that on a woman. I mean, goodness. I can't be with somebody who get the same beard products I get. Like I'm the only Scotch Porter. I'm the only person using Scotch Porter in my relationship, or any kind of beard oil or anything.
Oh gosh!
But she fart every 10 minutes,
and it stank and loud. And imagine you having to go on a date and y'all sitting eating.
How long we got to be together?
I said you're married.
We're married. Goodness.
To death do you part.
Give me the check. Hello, you said facial hair or excessive? What did you say?
Excessive facial hair.
Excessive facial hair. That beard is thick. God.
I tell you.
And so the chick who farts, she just always farting every 10
minutes. She's no going to fart like clockwork. Like this is something that her body does. It's something uncontrollable.
Yeah, give me the facial hair. give me the big booty and facial hair. I'll go.
We said nothing about what the lady with the excessive facial hair body look like. Now
She got a fat ass. Because something drove me to her. Dude.
Oh gosh, that's funny. Well, you're gonna be sharing your Scotch Porter then.
I guess so. I guess so.
That's funny. Anyway, that was fun. All right, so now that our would you rather giggles and sniggles, I can't because it says a woman.
It's a woman.
And I'm not interested in women.
And see, okay.
And a man can have facial hair.
But what if he fart every 10 minutes?
Yo, how can you can't reconstruct my would you rather, dude? Like, no. It's just not answerable, okay?
I see how we do it now. Okay, noted.
Okay. I can't help that it's one-sided.
That's okay.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. You good with that?
Yeah.
So,
and that was Would You Rather.
Yes. So now we're gonna get into our topic, which is changing for a relationship, right?
Right.
You know, it's always said that you shouldn't change who you are for anybody, or people just saying that's just who I am, or blah blah blah. So changing for a relationship, changing to be with someone, changing for your mate, is that a bad thing? I mean,
you got to change something. I'll say some people got to change.
I mean, I feel like you said some people. I think everybody should be changing something because you're growing. When you grow, things about you change, right? So you should always be growing. And you know how I think about that. Like, I think that growth is necessary. You should never never grow and be done growing. Like,
okay, so I thought we were talking about initially.
Well,
initially, start there.
No, well, initially, but I mean, throughout your relationship, in a relationship, period. Because sometimes you're in a relationship with people, and once you have been in that relationship, sometimes they expect you to change things. Yeah. And some people think that things are gonna change once you get married, or you get in. Once you got the person, then they're gonna start to change some things, right?
Yeah.
That they may be like, okay, we going into this relationship, but if this happened, then like a lot of women might think that about marriage with a guy, like they'll accept some things while dating that they want them to change when they get married, and they expected to change after marriage. Like
hanging out late.
A lot of different things.
Crowds,
yeah, it's almost like assumed sometimes, and some people don't have that conversation. Mm-hmm. So then they say, well, you're not acting like a married person. But I think viewing change, you sometimes change is viewed as something bad. It's not always a bad thing to change.
No. But your friends, that'd be mostly your friends and family who see you changing for your relationship. And they say, well, oh, you acting funny. You ain't used to do this and that. You used to hang out with us. All that stuff.
Yeah. Or like the changing the core of who you are, no. Like that's just not something that you should be doing for a relationship.
No.
Like changing the core of who you are. You don't want to do that. Nah.
Your personality. Yeah.
You can't allow somebody to come in and try to force you to change the core of who you are, your being, your soul. Like what drew you to me and what attracted you to me if you want me to change who I am at the core. Mm-hmm. And sometimes you will have people that will like talk down on a person, their personality, things that they might see that attracts other people or other people are attracted to about you once they get in that relationship or that marriage or something. It's like, okay, you know what I'm saying? So now their insecurities might have them to want you to change certain parts of you. That's your personality, your core part of you. That's not a bad thing, but it's just look bad to them because it's sparking those insecurities in them. So like maybe we going out hanging with friends and you're a funny person and you're a humorous person, but my homeboy is laughing at you a little too hard. You know what I'm saying? So therefore, when we go out, you need to calm that down. You know what I'm saying? Because all of that kikiing.
Well, that ain't kikiing, but I get what you're saying.
What's not kikiing when the homeboys do it?
Well, I mean,
that's only kikiing when it's women.
I mean, if you're just telling jokes, I mean, when I hear kikiing, I'm thinking about phony laughing. Like no, laughing because because you just laughing because to get the attention or to make that person feel a little bit better.
And they may be doing that.
But I mean, if you just laughing, if somebody just tell a joke and it's funny, then it's just funny. I don't see that as kikiing because I mean,
okay,
I do it. I say something funny and then people laugh. Guys and girls laugh.
Yeah, them girls be kikiing.
So I don't think they kiki.
Yeah, kiki.
No, because it's funny.
Want you to see how they. Yeah.
I don't think y'all be kikiing. I don't know. I don't notice it.
Anyway,
I'm innocent. I don't notice.
Please,
I don't see nothing. I see you laughing. That's all I know.
Oh boy, here we go. But changing the core of who you are, no. But changing some of your ways, absolutely.
Mm. Yeah, like going out late. Who you communicate with, and just stuff like that. I mean, if you married, those things should be automatic. But some people, it just don't come to them right away, and they just gotta have that conversation with a significant other. And hey, you can't be doing that no more. I don't feel comfortable with you staying out like that, hanging around all these, going to clubs and whatever. You around a lot of women, you got to stop doing that. Or you around a lot of men, I don't think that's right for a married woman. Those type ways.
Yeah. And also how you argue, how you talk to people, the person that you're with.
Yeah.
Just different things like that too. Like how thoughtful, or sometimes people are used to just being very, very independent. Right. And so how do you even change, with still being an independent person at your core? That's just who you are. And sometimes independence come from, sometimes independence come from only being able to depend on yourself.
Forced independence.
Yes. So then you get in a relationship, it's like you got to start opening up that,
allowing someone to help you out.
Allowing somebody to help you out, or allowing yourself to be vulnerable, or allow yourself to accept support, and all of these things from the person that you with. And so that takes some changing, and that could be hard for some people because they're so used to, like, it could be trauma. It can be from other relationships. It could be for certain type of childhood situations, or anything like that causes a person to be so super independent.
Yeah.
That it's hard for me to allow someone to, and then that other person might feel like, well,
they don't trust me.
Or just you won't allow me to do, like, just to say their love language is like acts of service, or things like that, and it's like you won't allow me to do.
Yeah.
You just want to, before I can do anything for you as your man or as your woman, you already beating me to the punch, or you don't ask me for help, you know what I'm saying, or you don't ask me for like even advice or anything like that.
And some people would rather struggle than seek that help because that's what they're used to, right? Or not necessarily always struggling, but just instead of asking for help, they probably find themselves in a difficult spot, trying to struggle through it when they don't have to. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so that could cause problems within itself. And it's like, at some point, you probably have to look at yourself and say, okay, we having arguments about, or disagreements about my independence. Is it really a bad thing that I changed that to, even if it's a little bit at a time, even if it's, me doing, giving some leeway, and then until I get comfortable, give it even more leeway,
Yeah.
So just those things, because it could cause some issues, and you just want to be able to, you don't want to be so firm and rigid in something that could possibly create a positive change in your relationship.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
Change is necessary.
Yeah.
It can be difficult sometimes, and I understand that. We've all been through that. But it is necessary.
Yeah. You might have to, but if you get with a woman or a man who, like, let's just say the romance thing, because sometimes, oh my gosh, this could be a huge thing. And I always ask people that complain to me or vent to me or talk about this with me, if this person was like this prior to your marriage, right? Because you got a lot of women who complain that their man isn't romantic, right?
All right.
Y'all done been together for so long, and now, 5, 10, 15, 20 more years, and you're complaining that they're unromantic. You're seeing other people do different things. Like, you're seeing your friend man that put your friend, I told you her man put rose petals all over the bed and drew her back, or had her a surprise party, or took her out on this date where he brought her the outfit. She opened up the box, it's the outfit in there. He taking her out to some mystery dinner. All these other, just little romantic things where, she might see how he might care for her in a romantic way, or vice versa, right? And then so now you keep complaining that your man is not romantic. But my question always is, the first thing I ask is, was he that way when y'all were dating? Or was he that way when y'all met and before your relationship progressed to wherever it is now? Like, has he ever been romantic in your relationship? Yeah, exactly. And you will find a lot of people that will say, well, no. Okay, but you want somebody who not romantic, never showed you any romance, but you still was drawn into, like, what drew you to him in the beginning? Because it wasn't a romance. So are those things still there? Are those qualities still there? Because now you're focusing on something that was never there.
That he had no idea.
And it might be because you're seeing it and it looks real good to you when you see it doing other people doing it. And now it's like, I wish that I had that.
Yeah.
But this was something that you never had.
They seen it on the other side of the fence, and they want that too.
Yeah.
Yep.
So you want him to change to be a romantic guy. He never don't got a romantic bone in his body.
Yeah. Yeah.
So in a way, that's kind of like, you might think that that's easy. Well, all he got to do is do this. It don't take nothing to do this, do that. Some people are not creative in thinking that. And they right.
Yeah, some people struggle with it. Everybody has their strengths and weaknesses, what they're very good at, and what they're not so good at either.
Mm-hmm.
So, like you say, something drew the woman or whoever into the relationship enough to, I guess, get married or commit to a relationship with this person. So, I mean, what's wrong with is he still doing that? So if he isn't, then that should be probably an issue. But I mean, if he's still doing those things that drew you in, then what's the problem?
Yeah, it's the problem when they do all these things to draw you in, and then they stop doing it later.
When they stop doing it.
I'm really definitely holding you accountable.
Yeah.
To do, and I mean you, buddy.
Oh, I know.
Accountable to continue to be that person you were.
Yeah.
You know.
I hear you.
Because there's no reason why you shouldn't be.
That's right.
I don't fake nobody out now and just be like, I'm gonna do this as long as
fake who out.
I'm just saying in general now. I don't switch back to the general mode. Like you doing whatever you can, whatever to do to get her, and then once you got her, you just like
kind of lay off.
Yeah.
Kind of
feel like you ain't got to do that no more.
Yeah.
I got you now.
Hey, I got you. You want the ring, right? You put a ring on it.
But for the people who never had, like, this guy was never romantic, or that woman never cooked, and she told you she don't cook, and she told you that she ain't Molly the homemaker, and she told you that she don't clean up, she hire a maid and whatever, or
married anyway.
I mean a housekeeper, whatever, cleaning service and all that. Don't get married thinking that she gonna change that, and she gonna start deep cleaning the house and all of these things that you just know that that's not what that's not a part of who she is or what she do.
Focus on them other things that she is good at.
She might be a career driven woman, and she may not be the type of person that does cook and clean and all this stuff right. And so, she put a lot of time into her career. Don't expect that to change because of marriage unless you have a specific conversation and she's open and this is something that she wants to do. Like, I do this because I'm single, but married, I would spend less time, half the time on my career. I might spend more time doing this, and this household stuff. You know what I'm saying? All of these things need to be a conversation. Yeah. Because a lot of times people do certain things a certain way because they are single. They don't have the commitment of a relationship to occupy that time that they spend doing those things. But what does it look like? Have that conversation. What is this going to look like? Don't just assume, because then she gonna be saying, "Well, you knew I was at work 85 hours a week before we got married."
Yep. You knew how I was, and you knew my schedule, and you know that I don't like cooking or whatever it is,
Yeah. So, yeah, but what about like clothes, stuff like that, like clothing? Like people say, maybe the man may not want her to dress a certain way. The woman, whoever they marry, it's like, okay, you was dressing like that when you was single, but now, you know what I'm saying, a married woman don't need to be dressed like this out in public or posting certain things like this on social media with this on,
Yeah, I've seen several guys say the same thing, and even women complain about their guys their husband or whoever who just complain about them, the way they dress, And I mean, it's a conversation that need to be had, because if you're single and you used to going out with ladies with your titties popping out, whatever, and ass cheeks hanging out or whatever, you probably shouldn't be doing that when you're in a committed relationship.
Well, unless the man don't care.
If he don't care, that's one thing. But I mean, most guys aren't gonna like that, because that's drawing attention. That's drawing sexual attention. First of all, and secondly, I mean,
I thought you said I could wear my thong bathing suit in Jamaica.
When? Hey, what was I drinking?
Wait.
But yeah, I've heard people say that before. It's always women shouldn't do that, and I mean, so yeah, some people don't care, and that's cool. I mean, if that worked for them, whatever. But I know, I assume most guys wouldn't like that. They would expect a woman to dress a little bit more conservative. I mean, because you can keep it sexy still, and and dress it up. Cover up, cover up. I mean, that could be a conversation that just need to be had.
Yeah, that's another conversation. And hairstyles, sometimes people don't like certain hairstyles, or like I've heard of men saying that they don't want their woman hair natural. But if you meet a woman with natural hair, don't expect that let's just say her hair is natural already, but she wear weaves. But then she decides she don't want to wear them weaves no more, and y'all 5 years in y'all relationship, and she just want to wear her natural hair.
Right.
Then like there is problems. Some men do have issues with, and the other way around, they have issues with the weaves and rather a woman wear their natural hair. So she might be wearing her natural hair. Then 5 years in the relationship, she decided to wear weaves. Hey, like, do you want her to change her hairstyles? Like, and say, no, you need to go back to the natural, or you know what I'm saying? Like, or whatever. Like, these things, like, this is, I think things like that can be, especially the hairstyle stuff, that could be a bit controlling. Seriously. Just like, why? It's her hair. I mean, you could say that I like this on you better, or whatever.
That's how I would approach it. I mean, I wouldn't try to just demand, because I mean, people change every so often. People gonna change. They may not want to wear weave anymore. They want to go natural, or vice versa, or whatever.
But then they can say, "Well, you changed on me." That way,
it's hair though.
I mean, it is, but you'll be surprised how many men are so anal about stuff like that.
Yeah, I bet.
So
they're out there.
But like, and one of the hardest things I think is sometimes it's the religious beliefs. Sometimes people, literally, I have saw a situation where somebody decided that they was going to, dead slap in the middle of their relationship or their marriage. Somebody decided that they wanted to become of a certain religion.
Right.
And a religion that was very strong-minded, and stuff like that, and kind of hardcore, in my opinion. And they wanted their spouse to make that change with them, but the spouse did not want to make that change with them. They wanted this, they didn't believe in all of the things that religion entailed. You may want to remain in your own faith, or whatever, that faith that, and it is particularly difficult when two people get married and they share the same beliefs, and stuff like that for the most part. And then somebody switch it up and they change, and then they want you to come along with them in that and just change everything you ever believed in and how you believed in it, and then change that, and then now it's consistent power struggle there. And so stuff like that
can be very hard, especially with religion.
Yeah.
That's a very sensitive topic.
And you can't force anybody to change in their faith or their religion or whatever. Like,
you sure can.
You can decide. Now you can decide if you still want to be with a person. Like, if you came home one day and said you wanted to be of a certain religion, and I didn't agree with that religion, like, you could come home and say you want to be Wiccan or something like that, and
worship the tree.
I definitely would not. I mean, that would be a blow for me. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just like, but I can't force you to change or decide for you what religion for you to follow, but I can't decide if I want to remain in that relationship.
Right.
So, like, you can't force somebody
you shouldn't
into something.
Yeah, that's very
or out of
sensitive.
something.
And I mean, because that's that's part of your core beliefs, I believe, you know what I'm saying, your religion, because you probably grew up in that religion all your life, and that's what you know.
Yeah.
And you met somebody who shares those same thoughts and values on those religious topics. And now all of a sudden somebody come home from work and say, hey, let's try Wiccan. Come on, we doing Wiccan now.
Yeah. And whatever. I mean, no, you doing it. Because I
ain't doing no
Wiccan. No, I'm just saying.
Let it be known. But yeah, I know. But yeah, I mean, it's I think if you're gonna try to do it, it should be a conversation again. Hey, hey, I thought about this. What you think about it? But all that demanding stuff,
yeah,
I don't believe in that. To me, that's a big red flag.
Yeah, exactly. And then like changing yourself, changing certain things when it's not in your heart to do, and you just change it for a person could cause resentment toward that person or toward that particular thing too.
Yeah.
So, and there's so many different things that, I mean, we could be all day talking about some of the situations that come up where people like either people expect change, especially those things that change during the relationship, and then they want the other person to change with them. Like that happens. I mean, in a whole lot of different situations, and that right there, and I could see like something. Okay, like if I became an alcoholic,
yeah,
and you needed to stop drinking or bringing alcohol into the house because I can't, that would be supportive for me.
I gotta change my lifestyle now because you're alcoholic.
Yeah, but if you're not an alcoholic, then you shouldn't have no problem with that.
I could have a problem with it, and because I'm used to having alcohol in the house, I'm not an alcoholic. I don't have a problem. You know what I'm saying? You got a problem.
Yeah, but when you live with an alcoholic,
I will do what I got to do, because I mean, things happen, people change, and it's just one of those unfortunate that I gotta change something that I'm used to doing for my significant other, which I would do. But I'm just saying, I could still feel a certain way about it, because now I gotta, I'm used to having my bar right here in my man cave, and now I can't have that no more. I can feel upset about it. I mean,
you're gonna be being mad,
or I can feel some kind of way about it. I can feel. I'll say if you're in that situation, you can feel some type of way about it, because I know I would. But I will make the change, and I ain't gonna talk down to you or nothing like that, or whatever. But ridicule or talk down to you, not like that. I mean, because that's not gonna help the situation. I'm gonna help. I'm gonna do what I got to do to help you out, my alcoholic wife. I mean, because for better or for worse. But again, if I want to be upset about it, I'll be upset.
Well,
I wouldn't say upset, but just like, God dang, I gotta, frustrated.
So you gonna complain and make the person, and the person that gonna feel, and then I'm gonna feel.
I probably won't complain to you. I'm just saying I can feel a certain way.
Yeah, you can. You can feel a certain way.
Yeah, I said I'm not gonna make you feel upset, or I'm not gonna, pick on you or anything like that. Yeah. But I think a person can feel upset about or frustrated. Oh,
absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
Because now they gotta change anything for any reason.
Yeah.
And but it's just how you gonna move with them feelings, because and you're gonna be resentment. Would you instead of coming home from work to come home, then would you stop by the bar after work so you could drink?
Sometimes I would, yeah. Not a lot.
Now that's crazy. I don't know. Maybe you would be the one that need to attend meetings with me or something at that point.
Why?
Because you just have to have it.
No, I don't have to have it. It's just something I would like to do.
So you'll go out of your way.
What's wrong with that? I've done it before.
Yeah, but not because you couldn't come home into a bar. That was because you and your coworker said, "Hey, let's meet for happy hour after work."
Yeah,
that's for a different reason.
It's going to a bar after work. It's the
no,
same
but
thing.
this time you will be So this time you gonna make a habit of it because you can't come home and be in the bar.
I ain't say I was gonna make a habit. I would do it sometimes.
But my mind said you said you was gonna make a habit of it.
Your mind think the worst.
Whatever. But yep. But if you are not ready to change, don't get married. That's the thing. Definitely. Because there's going to be some changes that you're going to make. Changes inevitable. Yes, there are going to be some of your ways that's not going to be conducive to your relationship or keeping that peace in your relationship. And you just going to have to make some changes. But all change, not bad change. Some changes are for the betterment of you as a person and the relationship. That's right. Because you may not see it at first, but it could be very beneficial. Mm-hmm. Yep. And then things don't always stay the same. Change is constant. And evolving is a part of living. So yeah. Don't fight against the change when it's good and beneficial. Looking at it as a negative thing or somebody trying to change you if somebody is telling you. Because that's another thing. You hear people say sometimes, well, they're trying to change me, when somebody is specifically just telling you things that you may do that they don't like, that could actually be a good thing to change, you know. It could be a personality trait. Like some people are very type A, and you know, stuff like that. And sometimes they might need to relax a little bit and go with the flow a little bit or whatever. And some people a little uptight or whatever the case may be, and they may or whoever might just be saying, you know,
the other may also see something in you that you don't see with yourself. Yeah. And they, hey, you know, if you move like this, then this change could make you a better person. Like you might be real hard as a individual. Like some women sometimes, like they have this ice box or this wall up, or you know, from past hurts and stuff, and men too. But I'm speaking specifically from a woman's perspective right now, that man might need some softness. And you may be so stuck on trying to be hard or trying to be on guard or trying to keep that wall up and da 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 da. And he might be asking for some softness, some feminine energy. TLC. Indeed. You want your femininity to show up. Indeed. And you stuck in this masculine cycle or mode. And so then you saying, well, you trying to change me. And it's not really a bad thing. Got to see it though. Because honestly, you might find that it feels really good to soften up and allow to fall into that vulnerability and allow that man to, you know, take away all the edge. Yeah, let him take that edge off. Let him make you feel good and appreciate and make you feel like a woman, how a woman should be felt, how a woman should be treated. So, you know. How should a woman be treated? A woman should be treated. How should a woman feel in that relationship? She should feel real nice and appreciated, valued, loved. But if you got that hard role going as a woman, then, you know, you got your fortified heart, then, you know, you got to soften that up and let that man take care of you. If you got a man that want to do those things to you, then you got to let him. Yeah, that come along with trust. Come along with trust, yeah. But, you know, that might be one of those things that, okay, I see that this is something that I can benefit from changing.
And it ain't just for the benefit of your relationship, it's also for your benefit. You know, and of course, when your relationship thriving and doing well, it still benefits you. Of course, you're in that relationship.
Benefits both.
Yeah. But that's something that may not be just as easy to say you need to do this or take out this, hard shell, but it's still worth, working on.
Giving it a shot.
Yeah, just working on it at your,
talking
pace
about
and
it. Because it definitely won't, you're right, it definitely won't be overnight. It's gonna take some time, some obviously more than others. But I do believe it'll be worth it though for everybody. I think everybody will be much happier and will just just be happier with each other.
But of course, that man got to be a safe place.
Yeah, he got to be.
So he might need to make some changes too. You know what I'm saying? So that she can make those changes.
Oh yeah, no doubt.
So yeah. So it might be change, and it's about compromise and all of this stuff like that. In all of the changing your ways type stuff is about compromise. It's certain things you don't compromise in a relationship, certain things you may not compromise, which should be talked about. I know, like as time go by and progress, people change in different ways, and some of those changes could cause people to grow apart.
Right.
So it just depends, But as far as like changing your ways, if look at it as what's the cost of me remaining this way, what's the benefit of me remaining this way, or what's the cost of me changing, what's the benefit of me changing, or whatever the case may be. So because you might see that the benefits outweigh the costs, significantly, and it could be worth it, so yeah, it's about if you're not ready, if you don't want to make no changes about yourself whatsoever, then a serious relationship, committed, or marriage probably just not the should be in the cards at that moment, unless you with somebody who just don't care,
gonna put up with it, or is okay with it. But yeah.
But then again, that could just be sometimes people be in toxic cycles and toxic relationships, caught in this cycle and this and stuck on their stance, and then they be with each other for years and be in a toxic relationship. Nobody willing to change, but they ain't willing to leave each other alone either. And it's just like it could be very toxic. Yeah, so.
Me. Good luck to you. Everybody go get some therapy.
Yeah, I mean, therapy ain't a bad thing.
That's right.
Shoot, everybody can use a little bit of it, in my opinion. So, I mean, that don't mean you have to have a mental illness or something got to be wrong with you or something like that to go to therapy. But it can be very beneficial. So, but anyway, so that's our episode of Just Being the Joneses. Is it a bad thing to change?
Yeah. How have you changed
in a relationship?
How have you changed, and how what kind of changes do you like to, or would you like to see from your significant other or whoever?
Yeah, some things to think about.
Yeah.
And I know I changed a lot since 2009 when we got married. So there's going to be some changes because it's going to take place in or outside of a relationship. But, I know I changed a lot.
Yeah. Both had to.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we can't. It's us. It ain't no longer, all about one person anymore. It ain't all about me. It ain't all about you all the time. You know what I'm saying? It's about us most of the time. So, yeah. So we got to do the thing that benefit us.
Right. So you won't be cheating on me?
Man, go on. Go on. Anyway, so, all right. And also, y'all go over to my website at www.apriljonestherapy.com/shop and cop a copy of our relationship cards. Do As Tell. I have 2 decks of relationship cards, but Do As Tell is a special edition between me and Mr. Jones that we collaborated on together. So cop any one of those or both of those. It don't matter. And also I have a new book, Set Me Free, a memoir that is set to release for pre-order on it'll be available for pre-order on July the 1st, which is coming up real soon, and it releases on August the 26th. So also you can also find that at that same website. On July 1st, it'll be available for pre-order. And free shipping to those who order during the pre-order time, and a signed copy, of course. So
yay. Can't wait for that.
Yep.
Can't wait to see what she said about me. You better get it so you can see what she said about you.
What? Hey, that book is about me. It just so happens to mention others, but it's about my experiences. Me, really. Me. It's all really about me, right?
I'm gonna have to see how I mention.
Yeah, see how you're mentioned. Hey. So, anyways, we will be back for another episode of Just Being the Joneses in 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
So
next Tuesday. I mean, two Tuesdays from now.
All right.
Y'all know that. Y'all know the schedule.
All right. It's Just Being the Joneses.
All right.
And we out.
Later. Thank you.